Hakeem Jeffries is a hard. He emphasized, I'm a hard no to expel Sheila Cherfilus McCormick, which is allegedly, according to Axios, being charged for allegedly stealing $5 million from FEMA. Now, this is personal for me, and I'll tell you in many, many, many ways why this is personal, and I wanted to talk about the story today. When I was in Congress, I knew about this. I talked about this. The ethics committee was investigating her for 2 years prior to my, anything that happened to me. And after 2 years, they literally accepted her staff's and her legal team's excuse that this was an oversight, that she was really only entitled to, I believe, $50,000, but it was an oversight from the government who sent her $5 million, and she thought, it was correct and, dispersed it accordingly. She bought a $109,000 Tiffany yellow diamond ring. I mean, who would not with $5 million extra showing up in your bank account front to Tiffany, right? And this was a big deal for me because I kept trying to raise the case of selective prosecution, right? It was a big deal. The judges dismissed it. The DOJ dismissed it. The Congress and Ethics Committee dismissed it. They would not take that as an issue. Well, long and behold, now she's indicted because finally there is a actual DOJ that is actually prosecuting people like Sheila McCormick. Hakeem Jeffries is asked. Jesus, Epstein's all over my head now.
Hakeem Jeffries Epstein.
Hakeem Jeffries is asked today or yesterday, or I don't know. I think it was earlier today, on what's his take on the expulsion resolution offered by the great honorable Congressman Greg Steube of the great, beautiful Sunshine State, which is Florida, on the expulsion resolution on Sheila. And here's what he had to say.
Steube plans to, Mr. Leader. Greg Steube plans to force a vote to expel Congresswoman Cherfilus McCormick this week, who has been, indicted for allegedly stealing federal funds. What is House Democratic leadership's stand here? Are you opposing this effort and standing, I guess, with Cherfilus McCormick?
Yeah, I mentioned on Friday that Congresswoman Cherfilus McCormick is entitled to the presumption of innocence, like every other American. I'm a hard no as it relates to the effort to expel her, and it's going to fail.
Mr. Leader.
How much influence does this guy have? Is this just one vote?
Speaker of the House.
No. He is a minority leader, but really, Jeffries, really, Hakeem, she's innocent until proven guilty. She enjoys a presumption. You freaking expelled me before I was ever convicted of anything. Where's my presumption of innocence? And this pisses me off.
Well, that's the difference between Republicans and
well,
Democrats.
I guess I'm not a Democrat. That's the problem, right? That's you do have a privilege. You know how people like talking about white privilege. There's something called Democrat privilege in Congress.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's all Democrat privilege, right? I mean, look back to Swallowwell or, Jamie Ratskin, right?
God.
Let's talk about when Jamie Ratskin and Eric Swalwell, modified my tweet right in front of the world during the second impeachment trial, and they never even got held accountable. They entered fake evidence into that impeachment trial that was altered and never got expelled, never got corrected, nothing.
What did they do to your tweet?
So during the second impeachment trial, Jamie Ratskin and Eric Swalwell took a tweet that President Trump had retweeted because we were on the March for Trump bus tour, and they altered it. They added a blue check mark. They completely changed the meaning of my tweet. They changed the photo on my thing to, I had a headshot up, to me holding an AR-15 so I would fit their narrative of being like an insurrectionist.
Yeah, it's like what Cuomo did to Mamdani, where he made his skin darker, and that propaganda piece. I thought that was hilarious.
But George, I mean, in all honesty, is there, other than you, right? Does anybody get held accountable for anything they do?
No, I was like
what's his name that had gold bars in his
Bob Menendez. I did time with his two co-conspirators.
Oh, really?
They were in the same prison as me. Yeah, it was just wild. But
well, George, do you feel better? Do you feel like you've gotten a little bit of revenge here?
It's not about revenge. It's about, honestly, revenge is making this personal about me. This is more about the country.
Right. No,
the country's
as far as
cooked. The country's cooked. Like, we have a member of Congress who allegedly stole $5 million from FEMA. That's a lot of money, first of all. And from FEMA. That's like, what?
No.
I want the Tiffany ring though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I want the ring.
Yeah, but I mean, FEMA,
She should
George,
give it to me.
right? Like, isn't FEMA in itself a problem where they show up to North Carolina and they give people $760?
I'll do this. Well, true. It is selective, but here's what I'll do. I'll keep it interesting, and I mean this for all the listeners. If I manage to score the Tiffany ring from Rep. McCormick, I will auction it out for starting for a cent to the audience, and I'll cap it at $1,000, and that's $100,000 ring. I mean it. If I get that ring one way or another, I'm bringing it here, and I'm going to let one of you guys get that and make it into an investment for yourselves.
Well, I think
Watch me do it.
I think that's why most people are blackpilling politics in general. I mean, yeah, you're talking about FEMA. Like, all the government projects are a scam. Like, anything in government's a scam. All the politicians are literally lying and stealing all the time. It's like, is this a shock?
So people are asking, she stole a Tiffany ring? No, she took money that she allegedly stole and bought this very exclusive yellow diamond, multiple, I think like 4-carat, like gargantuan yellow diamond. If you go on her official congressional portrait, if you can pull it up, it's hilarious because it's like right there sitting on her arm.
Oh,
with that.
God.
It's like, it's so funny. And earlier, like, late last year during Christmas season, her staff used her official portrait, but then they caught editing out the ring. It was just like such a nightmare because they edited it out for like an official like Christmas card or whatever.
Does she have to give the ring back?
We don't know. I mean, she has a presumption of innocence right now.
Yeah.
So she's found guilty of nothing. These
bought it
are
with
all
her own
allegations.
money.
So she's found guilty. Does then she have to step down from Congress, or is it just their duty to
If she's
expel her?
found guilty, precedent holds that if either she resigns or they'll expel her. That's how James Trafficant prior to me, I was expelled without being found guilty of anything. So I was new precedent. That's why they're trying to apply that precedent to her. The prior precedent to me was you got to be found guilty.
So do you think going forward, people should not be expelled without being found guilty?
Honestly, I think the precedent that was set for me was dangerous. I think everybody should I should have enjoyed the presumption of innocence because the moment that I was expelled, I lost the ability to defend myself because I had already kind of been convicted by a jury of my peers.
The Republicans should have closed ranks and kept you in there even if you were found guilty.
Nope. Yeah, they didn't do it. I flipped the state. You know.
That's how you exercise power.
I agree.
Democrats
That's what
will
they're
do
doing
that,
right now.
Republicans will.
Exactly. And that's my exact point.
Yeah.
Like, Republicans don't have any idea how to use power when they have it. They should not have expelled you. They should they should have closed ranks and they should have tossed up the middle fingers and said, F you. We're not doing that.
At least until a guilty verdict was found. If there was one, then I think you have to do what's right.
Oh, this is so
morally
funny.
obligated.
No,
by
you
it.
have to do what's good for the Republican Party. You have to do because you have to do what's good for America.
I gotta read this comment because I think it's hilarious. Kind of weird. So James Johnson says, kind of weird that when Tim takes his beanie off, he has hair and he's gay.
He's been gay
Fair.
It's not jokes.
I'm glad you like it, George.
I think it's awesome.
So
That was awesome.
So these guys, Jeffries isn't saying presumption of innocence. We're not, or is that what he's saying? She's got the presumption of innocence. We're not going to expel her.
Yeah. Where it's a hard no. You heard.
His
Should
no
we
was
play
hard.
it again? I don't think Ian heard it. It's
So,
he's a
was
hard
super
no.
hard right now.
Hard no.
From the minority leader.
It's harder than it's ever been, Sean.
Yes. Hard.
They just know how to exercise power. That's
Yeah,
it.
they do. Look, I gotta say, like, as somebody who served in Congress, one of the most powerful people I've ever actually seen act with power in Congress, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely.
Say whatever you want about her. She's absolutely crazy. Crazy Nancy Pelosi. She knows how to wield power.
Absolutely.
She takes that gavel and gavels the crap out of
What's her tactic?
fear. She probably has a dossier on every single member. Like, oh, you're not gonna. Do you remember when Congresswoman from Long Island, oh my God, Kathleen Rice, didn't vote for her for leadership, to be speaker again. She took her off all committees, put her in purgatory, gave her like non-relevant committees for a member of her own caucus that's in a swing seat, right? So like that's the kind of stuff she does. Remember when she attacked AOC for not voting for her for speaker? So Pelosi wielded power.
That's the kind of stuff the Republicans should do as well.
I agree.
Johnson
Take the
should be-
gavel,
Well,
throw it on
they
their
never
head.
do.
Johnson should be doing everything he can to get people in line Like they should be doing everything they can because, like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, but if they lose the midterms, then the Democrats are going to they're going to impeach.
Johnson's an absolute disappointment, right? And we honestly call him Micro Johnson.
Oh, come on. Give the guy a break.
No, the speaker, he's got a razor thin margin.
Johnson.
He's got a
Micro
razor thin
Johnson.
margin.
I will criticize Mike when I think he's wrong, and you know that, and I have. And
Yeah, but George, he couldn't even figure out how to get into Twitter Spaces.
Let me make this. Come on. Let me make this clear. I personally, when I criticize a speaker, I speak to him personally. I do. I talk to him, and I'm like, I think this is a bad idea.
Micro Johnson, are you listening?
So
grow some.
So
please.
what I'm going to say about the speaker is he has the worst job in America. And every speaker has the worst job in America. It sucks. It ages you. It destroys your personal life. You have no semblance of a normal life. A great example of that is look at Kevin McCarthy now and take a picture of him in 2023. He looks great. He looks refreshed, slept. It almost looks like he had plastic surgery done. You know what that is? Called sleep.
Sex?
Sleep. Probably sex. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's like being speaker sucks. You have the weight of the country on your shoulder and everything's your fault. Yep. If you do good, it's your fault. If you do bad, it's like you didn't do good enough. If you do bad, you didn't try hard enough. It's like it's never enough. So in that thread, I'm just gonna like quite pivot to my favorite person who loves to be talked about, James O'Keefe. I love James. That's not a dig at James, but James loves to be talked about. No. I love James. I go to James' birthday parties. James always invites me to things.
James is fantastic.
I just think he's fantastic. I love him.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.